The dynamic with you and your siblings.
The dynamic with me and my
I know you
siblings,
being an older brother.
yeah, it's been pretty good. I mean, being an older brother, I've always been in a position of leadership. So as things went from me just watching them and them getting older, and me shifting to passing the responsibility off to them, that comes with struggle. You get what I'm saying? Because now you don't want nobody really wants their peer telling them what to do.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So I've had not a lot, but I had some struggles with one of my siblings.
Understood. We don't have to dive in deep if you don't want to, but
No, yeah, but I'll just say that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna really, as far as anybody I'm talking about, I'm not gonna really identify them because
mm-hmm.
that's their space to tell their story. Now, if we here together, you get what I'm saying. But I'll just say my siblings, unless
Understood.
it's something celebrating.
Now that you bring up that though, now let me ask this question: do you think the home dynamic like affected you like negatively, like in your adulthood, being like you had to play parental guidance at a young age. You grew up in a home with the non-traditional way without I guess your biological father and mother. You had a stepfather, so that's great because some people grow up in single parent homes. Do you think growing up that way affected you negatively, like your childhood affected you in an adult way?
Yeah, I mean, negatively or adversely.
Either way, you can
Right.
say positively.
Right. Yeah, both and I think all things do that, but the negative I would say is it's an interesting negative. The negative is like the lack of deep relationship, connection with my siblings and my family. Being at boarding school, you did what I'm saying, being away. Um, and so now, the dynamics of our relationship is good, but you can't undo time that you didn't have together. You can't make that up. You get what I'm saying? I can't make up time that we had that we didn't have. So that's how relationships are built. So we know we siblings and we love each other and we have time together, but the negative impact is that I didn't have as much time as if I wasn't at boarding school with them. That I would have to really build on the relationship. Me being older, it could have been some things, happening that maybe a big brother could have been helpful for. You did what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That I wasn't, present to be. And, I feel like it has been situations where it has been voiced. Like, you know what I mean? That kind of came out where it wasn't my fault, but, it had a negative. So you get what I'm saying when you ask me, do it had a negative impact? Yeah, because I didn't wasn't able to be president or whatever outside of my control, it actually caused negative impact amongst me and my siblings sometimes.
Understood.
But
Just to dive into kind of because that is what I meant, but I'm like, for, me, my wife, she grew up in a situation where she grew up with her grandma, and I watched, I've been with her for 20 years, so I watched that the fact that she grew up with her grandma, she's going through like abandonment issues. You know what I'm saying? We having a candid conversation between family, so that's what I meant by like.
no, right,
Because
and
the
I'm
way she
touching
grew
on
up,
that though. That's
like,
what I'm saying as far as like not having that deep relationship. You know what I mean? I didn't use the word abandonment, but having a deeper
So
relationship.
you're saying your siblings kind of felt abandoned, or you?
Right, in both ways.
Okay.
I'm saying both ways. You get what I'm saying? I'm saying because you can't have that deep relationship without time.
Facts. It's built.
So that's why I was saying you can't make that up. So now while I didn't get to it, so now what I've seen in my adulthood, which I was gonna get to, is a level of abandonment issues and a need for certain type of support and presence. I won't call it negative,
Mm-hmm.
but it could have negative impacts for a person that don't understand it or whatever the case may be. And that's why I say the word negative is, you know what I mean, subjective, but definitely has adverse or counterproductive. I like to say productive or not productive. I don't know. I wanted to go to Girard College. You feel me?
You're the only sibling that went?
Yes.
Why is that? If you do, you know.
I believe because my uncles and aunts on my dad's side didn't come from my mom's side. So I was, I'm oldest of 6. These is my step pop children. So my Girard College exposure is on my dad's side. So they not really getting no exposure. So now I want to go because my uncles and aunts on that side. My little sister, one of my little sisters actually did get accepted, but she was young. She was a girl. My mom didn't want to send her. You get what I'm saying? So one of them could have came, and it was explored. But I say that, everybody's situation with Girard wasn't because they wanted to go. You feel me? But me, and I brought that up because I was like, I wanted to go. So even though now I can say, as an expert in trauma, I know having a broken household with your parents not being together, knowing things that I know had traumatic impact on me, like I know it. But what I'm saying to you as a kid, I didn't feel it. You feel me? Like, I felt missing not having my dad. You get what I'm saying? Like, my dad was very, 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 I would say, detrimental. You know what I mean? Impactful to me because, who don't want their own dad? You feel me? Because having your siblings and having a step pop is cool, but it ain't like he was dead. You feel me? Like, my dad.
Do you want to dive into why you didn't have your dad?
Sure. I mean,